this was Minnie's pick. That way they would be able to control, Minsley's pick. That way they would be able to control neutral more easily on the smaller stage instead of having so much area to try and run from. However, with such a short stage, Banjo's eggs are going to be everywhere and they're going to be very hard to avoid. So we've already seen our first PK fire of the match. That's a very crucial and very well-loaded Ness move. Just able to build up those percents very easily. Ness trying to throw out some magnet and neutral to keep Banjo off of him. Building up a lot of percent. This match is already showing to be very favorable towards the Ness. We will see soon that this Ness is going to be very disadvantaged off stage, but the same is true for Banjo, as he'll find it hard to recover once all of his Wonder Wings are out. Because he only, as everyone knows, only gets 5 per stock, and once those are gone, he's going to find recovering against Ness's yo-yo much harder. As we're seeing right here, he just keeps getting hit at the edge with the yo-yo, and that's going to gimp him for the first stock. That means, Minsiey has almost an entire stock advantage right here, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be very hard already for Banjo to be able to bring this back. We're seeing a bit of the runaway. Banjo's trying to just build up some percent on his opponent without getting caught too much, but Ness is just responding to everything that Banjo throws at him with even more punishment. Banjo's going to get the back throw, but it's not nearly a good enough percent to kill. Trying to gimp him at the ledge, but Ness is just too fast on the recovery, and he wastes another Wonder Wing with nothing to show for it. He's only got 7 left for the entire game and 2 left on this stock. So it looks like Banjo's just getting completely controlled both in neutral and in engagements, finally landing the first Wonder Wing of the game, but not even able to get anything off of it. Trying to catch him with a 2-frame up smash at stage, but still nothing. Going to bury him and try for up tilt. That was an insane mash from Ness to be able to escape that quickly at that high percent. Gets the grab off above 100%. Everyone knows that's just a recipe to mean that you're dead. Getting grabbed by Ness over 100% is a death sentence for any character. Banjo finally connects with another Wonder Wing, but it's still not enough. However, manages to get him on the get-up roll with a down smash in order to kill for the first stock of his of the game. It is now even percent at second stock for this Ness. That means that he's at an entire stock disadvantage. He's got a lot of work to do if he wants to be able to come back in this game. However, it is still very possible. Ness converting with the dash attack in order and hopping over Banjo's third to last Wonder Wing, not able to get anything with it once again, going for a grab, whiffing, and getting punished with a neutral air. Just not able to convert on anything that's happening here. This is just a little bit dominant, not able to get anything off. This Banjo is just relying on some very easy stuff, and the Ness is just not having most of it. See, he made the decision there on the get up to get caught by the egg instead of getting caught by the down smash. And if that was a conscious decision, it was a very smart one. Using PK Fire to push him back to avoid the edge is also very impressive. But Ente finally manages to connect with the side B, his second to last one of the game, to finally take second stock, but he's at a massive disadvantage. And if he wants to be able to bring this back, he's going to have to play a whole different game than he was playing a minute ago. All Ness needs is one easy kill conversion, and with the last of his Wonder Wings gone, he's out of his most useful kill option. So we're going to see what he's able to do, and he's just going to roll right into the forward smash. Ness is going to take it. Take game 1 for Minsiey. It is now 1-0 over Ente. That was a very interesting game, and I would like to remind everyone, this is winners round 4, so whoever wins this is moving on to the winners quarterfinals to face the winner of Snoof versus Summit Sun. Snoof, anyone who follows GlowPoint would know, was the winner of GlowPoint Weekly number 4. A very, very solid Game & Watch player who I wouldn't want to meet in bracket, that's for certain. So as we saw in that replay, that Ness just got inside of his head, read that roll get up, and smacked him with a bat right in the face. There wasn't really much he could have done there except to die, because I don't think that's DIable at that percent. So we are going to move into game 2. I'm assuming that we will see a different stage, because Ness was just completely dominant on there. I'm going to guess if Banjo's the one choosing the stage, we're either going to see Pokemon Stadium 2 or Kalos Pokemon League, because the counter picks are now an option. So with counter picks, Kalos being an option is a very good stage for Banjo, because he's able to dominate on the upper platforms with his Egg Bombs and his aerials. So with that being an option, I would assume he's going to take us to Kalos Pokemon League in order to see if he can do something against that Ness that we just saw walk all over him a little bit earlier. So we are going to see the Banjo Ness run back. Let's see where they go from here. Let's see if my Kalos prediction is correct.
Hello. I am now
welcome.
present. Hello. What name am I calling you?
I am Last.
Last. Hello, Last. It is me, Extra Jimmy, from the future. I would like to let you know that your Kalos prediction did come true, and they are playing on Kalos right now.
My predictions are on point today, ladies.
Your predictions are on point. I've been listening to you talk for the past, or just through the last match. I don't know why I said your predictions are on point, because I was not able to spectate the last match, but this one is on point.
So we are seeing right away the Kalos and Banjo trying to control neutral with his eggs, like I mentioned earlier, but Ness is just running away, using a PK Magnet to try and avoid a lot of the explosions and doing a very good job in it, keeping this Banjo at bay, and he doesn't seem to know what to do. Catching him with the side B, he just gets hit with it, unable to avoid it like he was doing so well last game. It seems that Ente has just kind of figured out a little bit how to place those side Bs just a little bit better, trying to get converts on it. That was a Build-A-Bear combo if I've ever seen one.
On point with those wings, seriously, that was amazing. Gotta hand it to him, but, you know, don't want to get my chin wet too early, so a lot of game left to see. Never saying chin wet again.
I would recommend against it, but you do you. So we see Ness trying to do that classic Ness thing of edge guarding with down smash, just hanging the yo-yo off the stage, where Banjo's finally able to avoid it like he wasn't able to do last game. However, he is building up a lot of percent before he manages to take the stock, and now it is even stocks, almost even percents. We are very close in this game. And we are seeing, again, a lot better performance. It seems like this Banjo has just sort of figured out the Ness matchup mid-game last time, as we saw him make an almost 3-stock comeback.
Indeed. I was not there for that comeback, but seriously, this Banjo, very, very apt at keeping up the pressure on the Ness, especially myself. Some of the most frustrating matchups for me for both of my characters are absolutely Ness, and I gotta say, this is almost masterful, turning the tables and making him play defense.
I believe Ness is probably one of the hardest matchups for most characters. There are only a few characters in this game who have a good matchup against Ness. However, Banjo's not one of them, and despite that, Ente is showing that he's got this kind of figured out, killing very early with Wonder Wing last stock and trying to set up with those F smashes and down throw, connecting with a fast fall forward air, managing to get the kill, and now he's at a stock advantage in game 2.
I gotta say, Ness is squeaking, but right now Banjo is sliding. That's not a good place to be in if you're Ness. Hitting almost all these wings. I think out of the...
He's hit 3 out of the 4 he's thrown out this stock.
That's amazing.
So yeah, last game we saw out of the 15 Wonder Wings that Banjo had, he hit 3 of them. And now he's hit almost every single one he's thrown out. So it seems like he's just kind of figured out how to set this Ness up right into those kill confirms. Going for another easy fast fall forward air, but Ness just barely manages to avoid it. Carrying the bomb, has to use his last Wonder Wing to recover there. A little bit sad, but he's got 5 more waiting for him if Ness manages to get this stock. But it doesn't even look like he's going to do that.
It does not seem like it.
My goodness, he does manage to get the stock with the double back air, just kind of fishing for that easy kill confirm. However, now Banjo is back to full Wonder Wing capacity, and he's got a lot to play with. Trying to catch him on this Ness player's, frankly, insane mashes. Being at 120% and being able to mash out of berry is kind of impressive.
Man, the pressure is on with these wings back, and he is not holding back, seriously.
Almost breaking his shield, catching him, but
Man.
they were too far from center stage to be able to get the kill, even at 150%. However, he just needs one more solid hit. Unless, I thought Ness might have been carrying him off stage there. Catches him on the get up down smash. That is going to bring this to 1-1, ladies and gentlemen. We are moving to game 3.
Man, that was a nail biter at the end there. The way he was throwing out those wings, I was almost nervous that Ness was going to make a comeback. Not that I'm picking sides. Not that I'm picking sides. Not that I'm picking sides.
Not that he's picking sides, ladies and gentlemen. So just some quick updates on our other top players in this. Enhanced PV has not dropped a set yet. He is currently sitting in winners quarterfinals, waiting for his opponent to get to him. Sonics as well. Let me check on him. Sonics has not dropped a stock either. He is currently playing the Lucas player known as Hypo. That set just began, so I cannot bring you much commentary on that. As opposed to either Minsiey or Ente's opponent, whichever one should win. Our good friend Snoof is waiting for them in winners quarterfinals. As I mentioned, he was the winner of GlowPoint 4. So he will be waiting. Let's check on Hungrybox too. Hungrybox is currently down 1-0 to a Samus player named JP. So let's hope he can get himself out of there and we can see him in top 64. But back to the game, we are going to see the Ness Banjo run back once more on Pokemon Stadium 2. So what do you think about this stage pick, Jimmy? Because this is not what I was expecting if I was going to make a prediction.
say, I think that this stage plays to Banjo's favor, and normally I would say that it would. I mean, besides the fact that there is no true, I would treat this as a neutral stage most of the time. However, Ness's recovery, I can see it getting caught underneath the stage if he is to get unlucky. Banjo has a. I'm sorry.
The pineapple factor is something that I was thinking about when I was making my predictions in my head. I didn't share them with you, ladies and gentlemen. See the Smashville run back, because that's where Ness won game 1, and as he lost, that means he gets stage picks after Banjo gets 2 bans. So I would have expected him to avoid Pokemon Stadium 2 like the plague if he was able to, because if he gets caught in neutral on this stage or gets pineappled somehow, it's going to be very hard to escape. So we are just seeing quite a bit of neutral play from both players. Banjo's still showing that he's got this figured out. That was close. Oh, but he does manage to connect with the Wonder Wing eventually and get that kill.
That being said about the stage, Ness is using these platforms to his advantage to get rid of these egg hazards, and he is learning the trajectories, much like Banjo was learning how Ness was playing on offense. So, oh man, I was not expecting him to catch him off stage, really, anymore after the last game. His Ente's recovery was mostly on point, and so I thought that Ness would have to be playing mostly a ground game for the rest of the season.
Ness's aerials are not to be underestimated, but Ente showed very good judgment in being able to avoid most of them last game. However, he's just getting caught by PK Fire after PK Fire, but Banjo finally manages to make it back to stage temporarily with 2 Wonder Wings. However, that's 51% that Ness won't be, 73% that Ness will not be getting back. This is just a volatile situation for both of them. They're using a lot of resources to make these conversions.
And as we know, Banjo's resources are not renewable. He has to kill himself if he wants to get more wings. So I don't know if I should say it, but it seems that Ness is much more focused this game than Banjo is. I mean,
I wouldn't call it focus. I would just call it that as the set's progressing, they're both learning more and more about the matchup and just figuring things out.
You know, I was thinking that, but I feel like the increased amount of wings being thrown out in this game, as you know what, now with the barrage of eggs, I would like to retract it. But earlier, I really feel like he was getting it a bit overconfident. I don't know.
Well, I think that the surplus of Wonder Wings, that was an insane conversion of egg into grab. But pardon that. The increased number of Wonder Wings that we were seeing, I think, was also just a product of him trying to escape from Ness's neutral.
That is true.
As we were mentioning, Pokemon Stadium 2 is a much more neutral stage than Kalos is, with those platforms dead center. So I think he had to use those Wonder Wings. I'm gonna die to it. Ooh. These ladder combos are kind of sick, I must say. Just using
oh man!
And he
Fading
finally
out
converts.
The shield grab. That is masterful.
I'm not sure what kind of DI that was, but it was some insane DI to be able to survive that. But he finally manages to get the kill with the third time we've seen Ness roll, get up, and get down smashed. I think he just didn't learn his lesson. Ente is going to take this set 2-1 over his opponent and move on to winners semifinals to face Snoof, the Game & Watch player. Just a quick update. Hungry Bucks, what? Hungry Bucks lost game 1, but then his opponent DQ'd, and now he is in winners. It seems something went on. Seems something went on with moderation there, and they had to call a mod. I don't know what my mod team did there, but I'm just gonna trust that they made the right decision and leave them to it.
Well,
So,
alrighty then.
Up next on stream is going to be Ling Ling versus Ricky, two very well-known players. This is going to be a match to watch, to be sure. I do not know what I was trying to say there. I'm sorry.